I know. It's been a minute. But life has been lifing. I'm sure that everybody can attest that life be lifing sometimes. And when I tell y'all that it's lifing, that's been busy, a lot of work, a lot of work, working two jobs, just doing a lot of stuff, planning for the wedding, and then life has just been lifing. Everybody has problems, so it's like I'm not gonna pour all mine out to make y'all feel bad for me. But I'm back. I'm focused. Laser focused. Putting the podcast out. Gonna get it done. Regardless. Doesn't matter because nobody cares, right? But I'm back. We're all the way to episode 12. And this is, like I said, if this is your first time, give it a chance. See if there's some value in here that you can attest to, that you can use in everyday life. This is a mental health kind of self-affirmation podcast to kind of uplift you and push you to be a better person. And if this is your first time, my name is Devin Thomas. This is my podcast where I talk about mental health and just everything else. In today's episode, it's about navigating life with little to no examples. I know a lot of us can attest to that. It can be from family, relationships, jobs, school, sports, anything that you are doing and you have really little to no experience in, but you're living it in real life time. Like an example of someone not having a relationship to look up to and like as their parents, or what I'm saying, like a relationship that they can see how to emulate and have that information to be a better partner as far as a husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend. So that's kind of the example of what I'm going to get into today. And you know things that you shouldn't feel bad about, but then also taking accountability. So if this is your first time, give it a chance. I hope that I can have you come back for another episode 13. My name is Dev. Get ready to tune in with Dev. Man, how many of y'all out there, man? It's just been storm after storm after storm, man. And it's just been life. Like I said, life has just been lifing. It's a lot. Life is lifing. But we were able to wake up today, so I'm blessed to be able to say that because not everybody is. And that's my way of thinking and going through every single day. Blessed and happy to be able to wake up, to get to do the things. Even if it's not something that I want to do, I'm still blessed to be able to do it. I'm blessed to be able to work a job, two jobs, be in a loving relationship with my fiance. Um, you know what I'm saying, do this podcast. And there's just a lot of other things that I can name, but you get the point. But all I can say is, man, if you're going through a hard time right now, keep pushing through. You're not alone. You can do this. And even if you feel alone, I promise you can get through this. You're not alone. You're loved, you're cared about, and man, just you got this. Like I promise you got this. So don't give up. Don't ever give up. And if you feel like giving up, you can always talk to somebody. Reach out for help before you feel like a level of uncertainty, loneliness, to where you know what I mean. But yeah, reach out to somebody, family, friends. If you don't feel comfortable with that, there's also professional help as therapy. I go to therapy myself, so I'm not ashamed to say that. But there's a lot of different resources that you can look into. You reach out to me, anybody, just anybody. And to get back on topic, we're talking about navigating life with no examples. Man, this is a broad topic, but it specializes in itself, and it's not as broad as you think. I know there's a high percentage of people in life who just go through life in certain scenarios or certain things, and you don't have that example. You don't have somebody who showed you the ropes to how to do it. So you're navigating it yourself. You're in this new relationship and you don't know how to treat a woman. You don't know how to treat a man because, no, not to your parents or anybody that you know, but it's like you haven't seen a stable relationship. You haven't seen your dad treat your mother correctly and how you should treat a woman, or your mom hasn't treated your dad how you should treat a man. And it's like, we not saying obviously it's not everybody's life is the same or has the same thing, but it's people don't have dads, some people don't have moms, some people don't have both. So it's just like when you do have to go through things and you go through them alone and you navigate them yourself, it's hard, it's stressful, it's confusing, it's you feel like you can do no right. And this can range from, like I said, relationships. You get a new job, or you're one of the few people who get a higher job up incorporated or something to where you're making a lot more money, and it's like you don't know how to navigate the um the career field of being in that environment. Or if you're in sports and you're the person that's really good at sports, but it's like you didn't have the father who is throwing the ball with you in the front yard. You didn't have the supportive mom who was there at every game for you. You didn't have everything that you know what I'm saying, that you see other people have. So it's like you're kind of navigating. You have to be self-motivated. You gotta, and it's hard. It's hard as a kid. It's hard as an adult, period, to do things alone. Everybody needs some type of motivation. And there's just plenty more examples. But the one I really want to focus on is more so relationships. Navigating life and relationships of not having examples, man, it's challenging. It's challenging. Personally, myself, I can attest to that. It's challenging. You know, you're learning with your partner as you go, and it's like at the end of the day, it's like you're lacking in what you're lacking in. It's not your fault, but it is up to you to fix it. It's you to work on it. It's up to you, and it's like you have to be able to be willing and wanting to work on yourself in that relationship, because it's like a lot of us, I'm pretty sure I can say, didn't have the best examples when it comes to relationships, and our parents, and um you know what I'm saying, like, and just seeing relationships around us. There were good relationships, but it's like you're not in those relationships, you're not being taught, you're not being shown how to do this. So it's like that's something that a generation moving forward needs to be taught to our children, and preference to speak to our children and teach them how to treat a man, how to treat a woman, because we're learning on the fly. And it's like, man, from planning dates to getting flowers to compliments to being like communicating your feelings and letting them know, and allowing your partner to get their feelings off, and allowing them to have a tough day, and allowing them to be able to, you know, express their frustration. And it's like you have to learn these things, and it's like growing up, you have to learn them yourself, because if you don't have that example of, hey, this is what you should do, or me and your mother did this, or me and your dad did this, then it's like it's hard to do. But like I said, don't feel alone, don't feel left out, don't feel like you're a failure in a relationship, because it's like it just takes time and it takes practice. That's the main thing, is it takes practice. So with that all being said, I'm gonna kind of offer some tips that what you can use to help better your relationship. You can use these tips to work on yourself, and then also help your partner see that you're working. And it's like that's all the partner wants to see, is initiative, and taking initiative, and seeing that you want to progress as a partner and get better and not stay complacent. And that leads me right into the first one, not being complacent. You get so used to caring about your own feelings, being single, caring about what you care about, and it's like when you become one, I guess you can say, in a relationship, because it's not you and them separately, it's y'all together. You have to be able to learn to be together, and you have to learn not to be complacent, because it's like you get to the point of, oh, I got her, or I got him, so now I can just chill. Not saying you have to go all overboard and go crazy with it, but I'm saying you still have to choose every day and let that person know that you still love them, you still care about them, and little tasks, the little things you can do to show that. The second one is a big one, is learning to communicate. I know a lot of us haven't been shown or seen the best ways of communication, whether that be arguing, yelling, you know, in some people's households, physical, emotional abuse, and it's a thin line between what emotional abuse is. So it's a lot of confusion, a lot of being unprepared when you get into a relationship. So it just comes with, you know, the territory of having to work on it, showing initiative, and just working at it each and every single day, to where it's like you have to learn 99% of a relationship is communication. That leads to all arguments, that leads to all disagreements, that leads to all points not being acknowledged or seen. And it's like communication is a big part, and that comes with practice. You have to learn how to be able to talk when it's your turn, let the other person talk, hear where the other person's coming from, and not just shut them out and just not pay attention to what they're saying. And if you are in a position to where you don't have any examples, reach out to a friend or a family that you kind of admire from afar. Like you see your friend or your coworker who has a somewhat good understanding of what a relationship is. They're kind of older, so it's like they kind of understand the game, and it's like you can kind of speak with them, have conversations with them to, hey, like, I'm ask questions, you know what I'm saying? Like, show initiative. That's another part of showing initiative. But the main point is you're not alone. Everybody, a lot of people in this world don't have examples, and they feel kind of like they're not doing it correct, whether that be a relationship or job or sports or family or whatever it is. Being a first time parent, being a, you know what I'm saying? It's like you don't know what to do. And you just have to continue to educate yourself and look for resources that do help. And it's like you can just go online, look up the question that you have, and I'm pretty sure you'll find an answer. And it just comes with the territory. You work on it, you work on it, you work on it, practice, practice, practice. Man, hey man, we all in this together. I know I am still working on myself and working on things that I can be better at for my relationship, because I know I'm not perfect, and I know that I can always be better, show more initiative, more dates, more flowers, more compliments, more affirmations, more understanding, more communication. And it's like the communication is a big factor in a relationship, and you have to be willing to work on that each and every single day. But this wasn't a long podcast. It was just to get off the thoughts that I had, and as far as, you know, living in life without examples. And it's like you have to kind of navigate yourself, and it's just to let people know that you're not alone, and that it is normal to be able to have to do that on your own. But if this is your first time, I hope it was something that you resonated with. Tune In With Dev is on my TikTok, YouTube, podcast, every single thing. If you have any questions, you can always comment. If you have any recommendations or what you would like to hear from me, you can always comment, message me, anything on TikTok, YouTube, the podcast, Apple, Spotify, whatever it is. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in with Dev. Thank y'all.